Hello, it's Rigers. In today's video I will show you my dungeon build, which I like the most. So don't waste time and let's begin. Let's start with skills. My primary attack is Sacred Fire and my skills are the Judgment, Holy Banner, Condemn, and for mobility we have Draw and Quarter. My paragon is the paragon Slinger with these 5 skills, and as a special skill I am using the overloaded. I am playing a little bit with legendary skills, so now I am trying the overloaded, which looks quite good. My set items are 2-piece Baron for increasing the duration of my harmful effects by 30%. Then I am running 2-piece Vitius for increasing our beneficial effect durations, and then I am running 4-piece Angmet. Let's move to my legendary gear. The first is my helm, and I am running here the Essence Arrow Keeper. And at the end of this video I will show you the damage test on training dummy, and you will see the reason why I am running the Arrow Keeper and not the Errant Ignition. So if you are interested for the damage and why I am running this, then wait for the end of this video. My chest is Akarat's Rebuke. There's 2 options. You can run the Akarat's Rebuke for improving your primary attack, or you can run the Heart of Grandeur, and this really depends on you what you like the most, because I like the Akarat's Rebuke more than the Heart of Grandeur, so that's the reason why I'm running this. But with Heart of Grandeur you can reach really high damage, so definitely not a bad choice. My shoulders are the Yawning Crows, which is the backbone of this build. My pants are Galloping Brilliance, because we want some mobility. It's not the highest DPS output essence. There can be used different essences for even bigger DPS, but then you will sacrifice some of your mobility, and this is the good balance for me for damage and mobility. My offhand is Resplendent Mane, and my second offhand is Torrential Refrain, which again is the backbone of this build with combination with Yawning Crows and with the Akarat's Rebuke or Heart of Grandeur. My main hand is Horn Splitter, and my second main hand is the Bristle. My legendary gems are not the best. I have a little bit outdated legendary gems because, as I said several times, I am not chasing the newest legendary gems because it's money pit. So I have Gloom Cask, Phoenix Ashes, Hellfire Fragment, Maw of the Deep, Void Spark, Bloodsoaked Jade, Howler's Call, and Starfire Shard. So the best 5-star legendary gem setup would be to replace Phoenix Ashes, the Hellfire Fragment, and Howler's Call with Roiling Consequence, Battle Hope, and Wolfheart. This will be probably the best 5-star legendary gem setup, and you can run of course 2-star legendary gems, which are better in some cases than the 5-star legendary gems, and it's Paint Clasp, for example. It's a great gem. Then Fervent Funk, Viper's Bite, Morn School, Mother's Lament, for example. And from 1-star legendary gems, very good is the Berserker Eye. So even with 2 stars and 1-star legendary gems, you can have the great setup which can produce even more damage than the 5-star legendary gems. Now let's look on my reforges, because this is my loadouts for PvE reforges. I am focusing on attack speed, beneficial effect durations, critical hit damage, skill damage and primary attack damage. These reforges for me are the most important for PvE, and it's more important for me than family bonus attributes. As you can see, we are finishing the dungeon, and then we will move to training dummy to check our damage output. So let's go. Here we go with our damage test. This first one is with the arrow keeper, and as you can see, my damage output is really high. Here for the first 10 seconds 132 million and 13 million per second, and now we are going to do the 1 minute damage test. So the DPS is really high. It's not as high as our damage dungeon build. If you didn't see the video, I can recommend to watch it, because our damage was really insane. But I don't know why I have a little bit issue to use this build properly. Maybe it's because I am playing only on mobile phone and not on PC. Maybe on PC it's easier, but I don't like the dashboard. So for me this build is much easier to use, but not as high with DPS as our build. And as you can see here, 1 minute and we have 537 million damage and 8.8 million per second. Here you can see the damage from the skills. So yeah, I have no issue with this build, and with proper gems you shouldn't have any issue too. Now we have the Errant Ignition instead of Arrow Keeper, and as you can see, the burst damage is not so high as with the Arrow Keeper. Our 10-second damage is 100.9 million, so it's lower. And now we will see the 1 minute damage test, because with Arrow Keeper I have higher burst damage and my damage in overall is higher than with Errant Ignition, and that's the reason for me to run the Arrow Keeper, because the 10-second damage with Arrow Keeper was 132 million and the 10-second damage with Errant Ignition was 100.9 million, so the difference was around 20 million, which is quite a lot. And as we will see here, let's wait few seconds for the final result. So okay, now it's 1 minute and you can see it's 489 million, so the damage difference is around 40 to 50 million on the minute window. So you can see the skill damage here, so I am preferring the Arrow Keeper.